Welcome back to Virginia this morning. Right now, we're headed to a Health Team 6 report. June is National Migraine and Headache Awareness Month. In this segment, Bill talks with an expert sharing some interesting insights.
If you suffer from migraines, it's important to understand that a migraine is much more than just a headache. In fact, migraine is a neurological disease with debilitating symptoms that simply cannot be ignored. Our next guest is the executive director of the National Headache Foundation, and she's joining us by satellite this morning to discuss this very important topic. We welcome Mary Franklin to Virginia this morning. Thanks for joining us, Mary. Our first question for you, did you suffer from headaches and migraines? Is that how you got into this, or was that medicine came first and then found it fascinating?
No, I actually, my background's in nursing, and I joined busy headache practice here in Chicago, and about 9 years ago I went over to the not-for-profit side of it. I have headaches, migraine headaches occasionally, but my mother had headaches, my grandmother, my son, and I think my granddaughter's going to get them.
Yeah, we talked a little bit there in the open about migraines being much more than just a headache. It really does cause some people just excruciating pain, and not just a headache either. It can affect the whole body, correct?
Absolutely. If I teach you anything today, it's that migraine is not just a headache. Migraine disease, as you said, is a neurological disease. It affects people. It's a lifetime experience from maybe puberty all the way to their retirement years. It mostly and is strangely impacted on those from 18 to 50 in the prime of their educational lives and also their work careers. So the attack itself is headache, nausea and vomiting, dizziness, possibly brain fog where you can't find your words, as well as sensitivity to light, sounds, odors.
For some reason in my brain, there's a old movie somewhere along the line where it showed the brain as like the command center for the body, and the stomach's got a problem, the foot hurts, or things like that, and then all of a sudden everything goes berserk, and that was a migraine in this movie. And the center, the command center, was everybody was going nuts in there, and that's kind of not too far off base from what you're telling me.
Right. The brain in a migraine patient's highly sensitive. There's minimal changes can trigger a migraine. Maybe you didn't get enough sleep, you missed a meal, you drank too much coffee, or you didn't drink enough. So it's hypersensitive to all these different changes, and that is probably the precipitants for the acute migraine attack.
And a lot of folks don't understand this unless they've either had these migraines or lived with somebody that does. And you find out very quickly, if you're living with somebody that has these, that this is serious business. And I would just want to ask you, is there some kind of questionnaire, some kind of way we can learn more about migraines? I know you're with the Headache Center, so tell us a little bit about that.
All right, well, this past year, the National Headache Foundation conducted a survey. We had about 1,200 respondents, and the most surprising but also sad response was that 93% feel that they are misunderstood regarding their headache. Over 50% remarked on the terrible impact these headaches have had on their lives, and about 29% felt that their treatment was not helping them. So we have a lot of work to do to raise awareness about headache and get those who have never experienced headache or have never lived with someone with headache understand the impact of the disease on someone's life. There are 38 million Americans with migraine, not all at the same level, but 4 million have chronic migraine. But the point is, if you don't have migraine disease, I bet you know someone that has migraine disease.
Definitely. And that 30% or 29% number of people who say they are not getting treated properly for it or not getting any relief from their treatment, that's amazing, because if you had the soreness in your shoulder, and it made you unable to do your job, and you'd go to figure out some way to get that done. But the big group of these people are not happy with their treatments. Obviously, we got a long ways to go, Mary.
We do. It's an invisible disease. Like you said, if you have shoulder pain, you can relate to that. But if you have head pain, people are not able to measure it. They don't understand it. And the issue is there are so many people with migraine, but there's a limited number of healthcare practitioners who are specialized in headache medicine. So they may not be able to get an appropriate evaluation and then get on appropriate therapies. So it is a big problem, and we have to work at educating the public about the impact on the daily life of these poor folks.
Well, thank you, Mary. We learned a lot this morning. Nice talking to you. For more information, folks, we're going to post a link on our show website by early this afternoon, WTVR.com/VTM. Virginia This Morning returns right after this.